I moved from Seattle, Washington in 2001, 7 days before 9/11. And so I moved to Avenue C and 10th Street, and then 9/11 happened, and I didn't know what I was doing here. Why am I, in New York, And then a friend of mine, who was one of the founding members of this garden, said she was giving up her plot, and she wanted to give it to me. So I was like, okay, at least I have a little place to go plant or hang out.
Right.
So I came here, and then I just started working. I built the tree house, and then I developed this area and planted about 40 trees, and I just kind of got to know the community because I was an outsider, and so they were actually very welcoming. And now, 12 years later, it's like we're all very, very close, and I've been on the board for 12 years now. So I think it's a weird thing to say, but I'm so happy that I moved here before 9/11 because I got such a deeper understanding of how kind and generous New Yorkers really are. Like for one moment, everyone whispered, and it's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" People brought their TVs out into the street, and then I just gravitated towards here. This garden totally saved my life. I would have moved back to Seattle in a heartbeat, but I'm glad I didn't. So it just gave me an immediate sense of community. Like suddenly people were getting to know my name or say hi to me, and I'm like, how do you don't even know me, and you're being so kind, And then we you start growing vegetables together, and you start working on projects, and they saw how passionate I was about the garden. I was like, this is utopian. An acre in the East Village.
That's
It's
huge.
whoa, And then there was all these really great things about to happen. They'd already received 2 Rockefeller grants. I think they were both for $50,000 each. So the wetlands got developed, the creek, our rain catch off the buildings, the treehouse, and then we had to reclaim the soil because there was so much toxic lead in the soil here because there used to be a building here.
Right.
And then they blew it up in 1978, I believe. And when they blew up the building, just left it as rubble. My benches, that wall is all rubble from the building that I built. It's I just found objects and started collaging. And I don't know, it's just amazing that I got to have a place to focus. Because all my work just went out the window after 9/11.
Sure.
I had 3 major commissions, and they just all said, "Oh, we're going to hold out. We don't know what's really going on in the world," So I was just kind of stuck here, and this gave me a focus. And everyone was just so nice, Anna Lee, Bonnie, David Schmidlab. All these people were just so kind, and I don't know. I found a new family, So, let's see. My friend Julie Kirkpatrick was one of the founders here, along with David Schmidlab, Bonnie Stein, Annie Sinclair, and J.K. And I'm sure there's a few others that have kind of moved on, but we're all still on the board, and they've been here 18 years. When it was just vegetable plots, and that was all rubble and dirt.
Just 18 years ago, it was still
zone.
like that?
It just looked like rubble.
Wow.
13 years ago. And then, because of their passion, they started to, fix up the entire garden. There was a fence that went through the whole garden. It cut it off, so it was just going to be vegetables, and then maybe they were going to build, a new building and develop that. And then thanks, to Green Thumb, they said, no, this is going to be a park. And so, and now it's now there's schools that come here on a daily basis, kids running around. I mean, this was a drug war zone, there were shooting galleries in the corner. It was a mess. And now it's you can bring, 4-year-old kids here, and they run around freely, and it's they can pick peaches from the tree, they can get the raspberries, and, it's pretty amazing.